Good evening, fellow patrons. Here's the fastest and easiest way to hit round 100 on Ashes of the Damned in Black Ops 7 Zombies. If you do this correctly, you'll knock out 2 Dark Ops challenges in one run, Invincible in another round. There's 2 variations of this strategy that I will cover in this video, a safer strategy and a faster strategy. Gobblegums are not necessary at all for these strategies, but if you want to complete this challenge as soon as possible, I would highly recommend them. These augments will make this strategy much easier. Starting with stamina, Free Faller is a must as you will be falling from heights at various times in your game, and you will down yourself if you do not have this equipped. Having Equivalent Exchange or Dying Wish equipped on Quick Revive will help you keep your perks if you go down. There is a camping strategy for this map, however because I am on PS5 I get frequent FPS drops when using the Wonder Weapon and camping is very risky. I don't trust my console enough to camp at high rounds if I'm being completely honest. So Tortoiseshell is much improved since BO6 and there is regular damage mitigation from your front side and all your damage is still absorbed from your armor. This comes in handy when you are running from trap to trap during the strategy, so I highly recommend Tortoiseshell for your main augment on Jug. If you have the 2 augments that you see on screen here, I would throw those in, but they aren't necessary. You will be able to pick up armor with your Wonder Weapon while the trap is active if you do have Armormatic, the last augment for Vulture Aid research, so I would highly recommend that as it takes... Your loadout weapon does not matter all that much, but my next video will be covering the gun I used in my round 100 run. I don't want to give out too many spoilers, but I do believe that it is one of the best zombie gun builds of all time, so feel free to subscribe so you don't miss it. Load in with Toxic Growth and spray these plants with the tank you see me pick up here. This is a very easy way to earn a Pack-a-Punch crystal and ether tools at a very early round. Once you are comfortable with your setup, you can now build the Wonder Weapon. For the first step and after activating Pack-a-Punch, play to round 8, go back to spawn and walk over to this big box on the cliff. The Uberklaus will then spawn in, eliminate him, and then grab the stabilizer chip. Then head to Ashwood, open the jailhouse, and reboot Klaus by throwing stun grenades at him until he wakes up. Throw them at his feet, unlike you see me do here. Hitting him in the dome sometimes doesn't work. Then take Klaus to the Cosmodrome and send him to repair the sparking panel using your left bumper. Then start the scan and stay in the red circle until it completes. If you fail, progress around and try again. Pick up the ether barrel and use Old Tessie to deliver it to all 3 generators in this order: Oswood, Whitewater Lake, and Van Dorn Farm. Once you arrive at each generator, you will need to eliminate zombies to supply energy to that generator. You can't sprint from spot to spot, so pay attention to the timer. Once you do finish filling up essentially the souls of the generator, you have to eliminate zombies around the generators to fill up the progress bar, similar to the red dot laser in the Cosmodrome. It will replenish, so just make sure that you keep an eye on that timer. If it does expire, you will have to wait around to progress to the next generator. After completing the 3rd generator sequence at Van Dorn Farm, bring the filled barrel to the Van Dorn basement and interact with the cube. Insta-kill. Take the jump pad from Van Dorn Farm to Janus Plaza or vice versa and memorize the 3 symbols that you see on screen here, then return to the cube and match them as you see me do here as well. Grab the gauntlet and clear the lockdown by shooting and recalling or reloading the spikes at all the orbs. So essentially you shoot at the orbs and then press the reload button to reel the spike back in. Once you clear all of the orbs, the gauntlet is yours. The high round strategy for regular rounds consists of using the traps in Rabbit Alley and Van Dorn Farm. You will use the jump pad to navigate between the 2 of them. Make sure that you are shooting the barbs of your Wonder Weapon and pressing the left trigger to explode that barb in order to earn essence and pull in power-ups or armor plates. Make sure to leave Old Tess at the farm as she serves as a great escape option if you find yourself in trouble. She can also shoot ZERSA if you have equipped the Abomination Head to her, and she can also be used as a battering ram to finish off rounds if you do not want to activate an additional trap. I've included the entirety of round 80 so you can see how fast this strategy is with Rampage on. Of course, Rampage off rip as always. If you choose to go past round 100, the second trap at Van Dorn Farm will not end the round. Doubling back to Van Dorn Alley is risky because of its tight quarters. The safer strategy would be to wait for the trap to cool down at Van Dorn Farm prior to returning to Ashwood.
Rest in pieces, asshole!
The hand cannon will make dealing with ZERSA much less stressful. If you do not have this unlocked, you can start or equip the Mangler cannon. You can start these rounds in either location. If you start the round in Rabbit Alley, she will spawn in the window right beside you, so just be cautious of that. There will be sometimes two bears that spawn in, with the second one most likely spawning in on the map after the trap is cooled down. At this point, you have three options. Head over to Old Tess and shoot ZERSA with the Abomination head. Use the jump pad back to Rabbit Alley, or if you're at Rabbit Alley, back to Van Dorn Farm, or run around until the trap has cooled down at Van Dorn Farm. As you can see here, there was a massive lag or input delay, and my purchasing of the jump pad did not even register. This is a problem I encounter a lot. I don't know if that's a console issue or what, but it's very frightening. So just be careful when you go to use the jump pad. If you do decide to stay at Van Dorn Farm, focus on evading zombies instead of running and gunning, especially if you do not have the augments you see me equipped earlier in the video. These zombies are extremely quick, and you will be slowing down to shoot them if you do not have this class that I will be covering soon. Once the trap cools down, activate it once again and shoot your hand cannon at ZERSA while you're on top of the truck. There is really nothing special for the dog rounds, I like to call them, or Ravager rounds. Just activate one of the traps, and that will be it for the entire round. It's very quick. Well, that's pretty much it for the round 100 guide. I really appreciate you guys watching, and I'll catch you on the next one. Jet out.
I don't make any sense. Keep those sticky fingers to yourself. Activating decoy. What is this?